Do you want to talk about the sixth one?
Mm-hmm. The instructors themselves were trained in different styles of karate, but also trained in psychology, child development, special education, and they've worked with individuals with special needs. So this allowed them to utilize a variety of child development theories and inclusive strategies and techniques with the children. In fact, they incorporated many different parts. So one was that they didn't look just at this child's special needs, but at their developmental trajectory, as Piaget might look at them, pre-operational, concrete operational, or formal operational, to help them as senseis know how to teach the child. So if a child was pre-operational, they might change it, and that was one of the other things they did, was differentiated instruction, so that each child got a different part. So if they were formal operational child, then they might do a different kind of instruction. They used the scaffolding techniques to guide children, and that's from Vygotsky. They used social learning theory of Bandura's, and they also used applied behavioral therapy, such as hand over hand. They used visual cues, also verbal cues connected to those visual cues. So they might say at the same time as do something, and that helps a child learn in two ways, or maybe even three: to see it, to hear it, and then to do it. They also have peer modeling as part of their curriculum. In addition, they have small group activities. They break off. Maybe there's a coach and two children working on something. Maybe two children are set up to do stretching exercises together. All these different small group activities help children who, in a large group, might be not able to interact. They're given opportunities to interact. So again, differentiated instruction. It also helps with motivation. They look at motivation as how are we going to help children be motivated to do this? It's hard to do, and so they're helping with that. And they emphasize experience and learning in this way. They involve the family. Sometimes parents were part of the class, as well as part of the allowed to watch and all of that. And then they also had workshops and brought professionals in from fields of special education, occupational, and physical therapy. It was as if they were getting the best of all different kinds of theories, and just the same way that the two black belt senseis took the best of what they learned from their senseis and made karate, they also took the best of curriculum and education for inclusive programs and used that in their teaching methods.
Excellent, excellent. So the last and seventh theme that we have is the philosophy of e-karate, which is really basic, which is to build family and to have relationships and to have fun. Here's a quote from one of the senseis. He says, "I think with e-karate that the students, there is a philosophy. The program is driven by the students. A setting or atmosphere of family relationships, making the settings and class engaging for students and fun for students." So again, the program is driven by the students. Altruism.
In our prior research, we also examined the effects of the e-karate inclusive sports program. We decided to examine the changes in the motoric, behavioral, social, and emotional functioning of each student. What we found was that 95% of the 19 children in our study had significant changes in their functioning in one area or another for all three reports: child, teacher, and parent. If for one child it might be leadership that changed in the positive direction, for another it was social skills. Some children had more than one area of positive change. Many children had several areas that changed, especially in adaptability and locus of control. Locus of control measures the child's feelings of self-control and ability to do something that is asked of them.
So we found that e-karate can make a difference in many children's lives and has done so over the years. It has been serving the needs of our very most vulnerable children within a viable community activity.
So now we'd like to present the video of the e-karate program with one of the e-karate sensei, and he will be discussing modeling altruism at its best.
Students are going through basic punch drills, developing coordination to pull one arm back and the other arm punching forward. Students doing lower block drills, practice for blocking a low attack to the waist, such as a kick. Partner practice, middle block drill, develops coordination of one partner punching while the other partner practices blocking. Balance disc practice. Students stand on a disc and try to perform various blocks while maintaining their balance on the disc. The instructor uses the block pad, and the student must perform a block against the pad and try to maintain their balance. This is a difficult exercise because students must see the attack from the instructor who's using the blocker equipment and keep both feet on the disc while performing the correct block. Gross motor coordination practice. Students are practicing jumping with both feet on the red stripes. This helps gross motor development in the legs and the visual recognition of different colors. Forward fall practice. Students practicing forward fall drill. First, practicing fall from a kneeling position. Instructor explains and demonstrates correct technique. Hand and arms slightly past face. Fall forward. Slap the mat with the arms and open hands. This absorbs the impact and protects the face from being hurt. Students then practice this fall from the standing position. Green belts, students going through the basic slapping exercise to absorb impact from a fall. Students bow to show respect, then are dismissed. Students doing jumping jacks and push-ups. Assistant coach with black uniform helping his student maintain correct body posture for push-up exercise. Assistant coach demonstrates frog jump in class. Students pair up for partner stretching. This allows the students to help stretch each other and develop relationship with fellow students. Students practicing break falls and must defend against the attack and counter. Coaches are using the foam noodle and focus mitt. Instructor helps hold students' legs as they work on their handstand. Exercise used to develop upper body strength and confidence. Instructor helps student with backwards break fall. Lets students gain balance and helps to support while learning the slapping technique. Instructor helps with forward roll fall. Helps to guide student over with the fall and the correct landing. Instructor uses foam noodle to help student in performing correct block, middle block, other students performing the block as a group. Student performing basic punch drill, focus mitt used to help student direct basic punch to the target. Students performing first half of Taikyoku kata, first basic form or kata taught to students. Kata utilizing the low block and middle punch movements from the basics. Students practicing Pinan 1. Instructor corrects hand position. Instructor is modeling the movement for the students. Helps to correct arm and body position with hand over hand correction. When some are learning a new kata, they see the correct movement but need the hand over hand correction until the body learns and memorizes the movement. It aids them in learning and gives them the direct feedback that they are performing the kata correctly.